Hey, what day is this right now? What day is it? It is August 28th, 2021. If you didn't know, Arizona is a state. And if you didn't know, Arizona, the state, is actually doing some wild things. As of today, the Arizona recount of their 2020 election is still going on. Yes. It's still going on. Now, we covered this a little while ago. And when I say a little while ago, I think maybe back in like February, or maybe even still in 2020. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time since the election has happened. Joe Biden is about to be in office for an entire year, and still in Arizona, they're still trying to recount their election. And their audit is no less crazy than the fact that they're trying to audit in the first place. It is wild to me that this is still going on, and we could take a little dive into it. It's how Arizona Republicans' bizarre audit managed to get even worse. And let me tell you, boy, did it get worse. At Donald Trump's rally in Alabama over the weekend, there was a point at which former president did not only assure his followers that his election conspiracy theories are true, he also added, "You'll see the evidence starting to come out." So if you guys remember, a couple of days ago, Trump had a rally in Alabama. And not only did he stick on the same exact talking points, he said that the evidence is still gonna come out. Just hold on. Just wait, everyone. Just wait a little bit. It's coming out. I promise. I swear it's going to be here, and it's going to be great. All right. It's going to be sick. Once you guys see it, you'll really know what happened. Nearly 10 months after the Republicans' defeat, there are still no such evidence. And he didn't specify what kind of substantiation he believes is starting to come out. My best guess, however, is he was referring to the utterly bonkers audit created by the GOP members in the Arizona State Senate, who are reportedly prepared to release their findings. Arizona Republicans will get only partial findings from their partisan review of the 2020 ballots Monday, after 3 people from the private company leading the so-called audit tested positive for COVID-19, said the state Senate president. So they're sending a group called, if you remember, Cyber Ninjas. They're sending a group called Cyber Ninjas out to investigate the 2020 election. And Cyber Ninja, just so you know, has never done an audit on an election until, I was gonna say today, but this has been going on for a while. Yeah, and the president of the Senate is Karen. So this really tells you everything that you need to know about what's been going on here. So Cyber Ninjas CEO Doug Logan and 2 other members of the 5-person audit team, 5 people trying to audit an entire state's election, 5, have tested positive for COVID-19 and are quite sick. So they got all their people sick. If you remember, originally they had a team out there, Cyber Ninjas, and they also had state volunteers join in to help them with the election integrity. And so their integrity included people who attended the Stop the Steal rally, included people who, if you remember these videos, people who prayed outside of Arizona's election counting buildings, trying to summon a demon to create all of the ballots for Trump so he wins the election or something. They were leaving counting machines open and ballots strewn across the floor while they were trying to count them. And all of this, mind you, was in the interest of election security. Apparently that was secure. It was so bad, in fact, that they didn't find anything all the way back then, and they were going to step it up by finding just about everyone that they said had curious ballots or mysterious ballots. There was something interesting or of interest on their ballots. They were going to go to their house and then try to coerce them into saying that they voted for Donald Trump and not Biden. And for some reason, surprisingly, almost all the ballots that they said they were going to go to people's houses for, they voted for Biden. It's just really weird how that works out, right? It's just really weird how that happens. But they said that they were going to do it. Basically, the federal government stepped in and they were like, "Hey, buddy, this is really weird. It's been 6 months since the election, chieftain. I don't know why you're still doing this." And they backed off of that, but they're still trying to run through another audit. Even their governor a couple of weeks ago went onto Fox News saying that this is their 4th audit. And the Fox and Friends were like, "Do you think you're going to find something in this audit?" And he's like, "Well, once they're done, who knows what they're going to find in this 4th audit?" Like, buddy, you're going to find nothing, because there is nothing. You know what some of the stuff that they're looking for there? As the outlandish as the review process is, Who can forget about the bizarre search for bamboo fibers? Yes, this is true. They were unironically looking for bamboo fibers. They went to a court to get the voting boxes so they can search them for bamboo fibers to see if they came from China or not. I don't know what they think China is. I don't know if they like played like Sekiro or something. I don't know if they played like Ghost of Tsushima, even though that is all Japan. And they're like, bro, this is like literally China. Everyone in China walks around on like bamboo floors and shit. And all their tools are made out of bamboo. So obviously, maybe they think Chinese people are just made out of bamboo. Who knows? Like people in China, they don't fuck. Every time someone dies, another person is just like materialized from a bamboo forest and they walk out or something like that. I'm unironically completely unsure why they think bamboo fibers were going to be something that they would find in the voting boxes. But you know what? It's okay. They had QAnon conspiracy theorists and other people in. They lacked complete transparency in what they were doing, and it's gotten so bad that even lots of people in Arizona itself are starting to really hammer against the Republican Party. And let me remind you, the Republicans in Arizona are completely losing their grip. Yeah, it was pandas who put together the counting machine. They wanted to see if the pandas were eating on the job. And that's why, and all the voting boxes were faulty because the pandas put it together while they were eating because they're so lazy or something. Who knows? Who actually knows at this point? The Arizona Republican Party isn't doing too well. In the last election cycle, what happened? They lost, for the first time in, I think, a decade or even more, they lost the House of Representatives to the Democrats. They lost both of their like federal Senate seats in the course of like 2 years. They are completely struggling and they're losing grip and they're losing their grip and they're losing contact with like the middle of Arizona voters. And it's getting so bad to where they could even lose even more. Like the governor could lose his seat. More state representatives could lose their seats. It's just real. And they're sticking with this. People are telling them that they don't want their politicians to follow Donald Trump, but because they're so ideologically driven, that they're full of QAnon supporters, that they're full of people who know for a fact that there has to be something, no matter how wrong they are, no matter how many recounts they have to do, no matter how many times they get slapped down by a judge, they're still going to keep doing it. They're not even doing this for their own clout anymore. They're not doing this because they think Republicans like it. Not even Republicans like this stuff anymore. All of them are like, Donald Trump lost, Biden won, get it over with. We're gonna be moving into another election cycle coming up in the next year. Why are they still sticking on this? But they won't let it go. They're crazy, dude. They're out of their minds. And so because of this, after giving their entire staff, who's in charge of counting the ballots, COVID-19, their failed search for bamboo fibers in the voting machines, and losing both of their Senate seats and the House of Representatives, Republicans in those states are still trying to hold on, cling to the imaginary thought that they're going to find something that's going to overturn the election and make Donald Trump victorious somehow, or find something of note other than their own asses being kicked out of their jobs.